genius of rock and roll.
Again? Really? Really? Again? What's up with that? What's going on here? Why is this doing this again? It should not be doing this again. Why is it doing that again? I don't know. Good morning. Son of the bitch. I got you. I got you. Can you hear me now? What the hell is up with this thing? I don't know what's up with this thing. Anyway, let me go ahead and do the thing. I'll figure this out. I'm gonna beat it like a dirty rug. We'll be back in just a second.
Hello and welcome to Shakespeare with a Redneck. What the? I am Wild Bill Wigglestick, and I'll be your handsome host, your gilded guide, your cowboy concierge of Shakespeare. Dude, really? Today on Shakespeare with a Redneck, I'm going to perform the prologue from Romeo and Juliet. Damn it, Bill. Two households, both alike in dignity in fair Verona, where we lay our scene. From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventured piteous overthrows doth with their death bury their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but their children's end not could remove, is now the 2 hours traffic of our stage, the which if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend. Hey, that wasn't half bad. I'm not as dumb as I look. Of course not. You'd be in a coma. Okay, so here's a quick rundown of the situation. Bill, two snot-nosed brats ignore the warnings of their learned parents and end up getting 4 people killed. Bill, come on, man, you're always blah, blah, atheist stuff, blah, blah, boring. Say something fun, for goodness sake. What? Particle is a fun word. Bill, particle, particle, particle. Bill, or talk about horses and dogs. People love horses and dogs. Or boobies. Everybody loves boobies. Bill, oh, can I say boobies on YouTube? If you close your eyes, it doesn't count. Talk about boobies then. Okay, everybody loves those cute little blue-footed bastards. It hurts right here. Culture, baby, coming at you. Avoid bringing a plague on both your houses. A plague on both your houses! By hitting that subscribe button, then that little notification bell. And bang that thumbs up button like frisky cousins at a family reunion. Thank you and take care. Peace.
Here we go. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. There we are. You know, guys, I'm just gonna, let's go here. There. No, I don't want that one. I want this one. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for joining us. Good morning, Ryan. And guess what, everybody? Good morning to the evil one. The evil one is watching as best she can this morning. Something, you know, if she may say hi in the chat, but if she doesn't respond to you, it's usually because she just gets busy. So always know that. Good morning, Ryan. How's it going? Are you getting all squared away? Me too.
I'm trying to get my camera off, fixed up. The tech gremlins are gobbling us up this morning. Good morning to you and the evil one, because she's out there. Good morning.
She is out there creeping. She's creeping on the show.
Creepily.
I know. That's awesome. Good morning, everyone. So how's your week going so far, Miss Ryan? Looking lovely as ever.
Thank you so much. So far, so good, I believe. Yeah, I think maybe, kind of, sort of.
Good. Oh, that's awesome. I've got actually, Ollie Dog is in my lap this morning. chilling. He's
Hi, little
he's loving on his
buddy.
pop. I know, making for a good week. He's going good. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for joining us. We've got Miss Non Sequitur is here, and Comic Brandon is here. Equus is here. Locked on Law is kind of new to the channel. See, Locked on Law, the reason why we have so many moderators is not because they're there to moderate necessarily. It's because those people I trust to share links, and I give them the power so they can share links. Occasionally, some of them do moderate, if people step out of line or whatnot. But for the most part, that's what it's really for. Because, I'm all about helping grow the community and stuff like that. So almost a lot of them, if you'll see, if they're not all of them, but a lot of them, if they're a moderator, they're almost certainly a content creator as well. Or, so good morning, everyone.
A lot of links being thrown around here.
A lot of links. We're link horse. I want to mention there is a fundraiser going on this weekend. You may have noticed up here. There's links in the description below. It's going to be over on the Skeptic Haven channel. I'll be hosting the 6 o'clock at the start of the show. I'll be early. I think it's 6. Yeah, so I'll get to go. There you go. She's gobbling some Ryan.
Yum, yum.
Yeah, so I'll be over there helping them out, and that's what these links are about. If you want to go over there and help out our friends, that's for Ember and let's see, what's her name? Sadie? I don't think I know Sadie. And Cosmic Kyle.
Sure. I know Cosmic Kyle, but I'm not sure about if I know. I probably do, and
Yeah.
you meet so many people sometimes over at
Sadie.
Skeptic Haven.
True. The only Sadie I know is my dog Sadie. So
Oh yes, Sadie.
yeah, she works here. Let's see. Comic Brandon wants to know if this is the top you made.
Yes, I don't. Did I post that video?
Did you make that really?
I did. Yes, and
Wow.
you should see what my pants look like. After the next break, I'll bring them up. But basically, Pickles eats the crotch out of my pants, my leggings.
Okay.
Find them, like, no matter what I do, if they're in the hamper, if I'm in the shower and I've taken my clothes, like, she'll come in and she'll sneak and so she'll eat the whole thing. So this was a pair of pants, and then I just made it into a top. So
I see.
it didn't go to waste, because otherwise, they're trash technically.
Yeah.
I can't donate that. So I was like,
No.
well, I can make something from them.
There you go. Well, you repurpose stuff all the time. That's fantastic.
Indeed.
That you do that. That's great. Cool. You're all nerdy like.
I do like to nerd out. I think I have a hoarding problem.
Do you think so? Oh yeah. Yeah. You don't like getting rid of stuff?
I've gotten better as I've gotten older. After you've moved several times, you're like, no, you need to stop. But sometimes there's certain little, especially if it comes to like my hobbies, like sewing is something I love. I've got stacks. I probably have a stack this high, no joke, of jeans.
Really?
That I'm going to upcycle.
Okay. Someday.
One day, 10 years from now, I'm going to be upcycling them jeans.
I've never been really good about throwing things away, especially like if it's nerd things like little wires or plugs or something like that. So I've gotten to where I've got this huge accumulation. And then the evil one and I went through my stuff, and she has narrowed me down to like 2 drawers and like a little mini half drawer. I know, but now every now and then I'll see something and I'll ask myself, I'll be like, do I need that? Will I ever use that? And I hear this voice, her voice in the back of my, it'll be like, throw it away.
Good job, you one.
Yeah. So I've been doing better. And some of the things have been like, I'll pick something up out of the drawer going, this goes to a set of headsets that broke and has been thrown away for a long time. It'll never work for anything else. And I'll just set it back in there and just go on, It's my ADHD. It's just kind of putting things in the right place. It just doesn't work for me. But I've been getting better.
It's so difficult, but at least engaging and asking yourself that question: do I need to keep this? Am I going to use it within a reasonable amount of time? And that, if you're honest, if you can be honest with yourself, you will part.
If you can.
If you can.
Yes. And there's been a couple of times, we just did this. She's been working on me for years, really, but we just got me down from a whole dresser full of wires and just tidbits and all kinds of shit to just those two drawers and very well organized. And I have not once complained about, like, if I go in there and I can't find anything because I've thrown away all the cables and now all of a sudden I need one of those. I don't complain at all because the rest of my life is so much easier when I go in there. It's all organized. I don't regret it.
Exactly. When like that's what I like about my sewing room. Like I've gotten it a bit under control, going through things, and if I'm not using it, I'm getting rid of it. And now I kind of know where everything is, and if I get something new, I have a space for it. So it does behoove yourself to be a bit more organized.
Yes,
But
it
there's
does.
days where you're just ripping and tearing, and the last thing you want to do is clean up after yourself.
True. We got a new subscriber, Faith, and it went away. I can't, Faith something. And thank you for becoming a subscriber. Faith, losing faith, something along the lines.
Cool.
Faith losing or faith collapsing. I kind of missed it. Good morning, Dr. Kip. Kip Davis is joining us today. Talking to Locked On Law. Locked On Law is on fire this morning. I just seen lots of words. The Duchess is here.
Well, hello.
Good morning, the Duchess. I was actually wondering, I got baptized December 2024, evangelic Christian. Just curious. Oh, let me see. You asked a question earlier. Good morning. And your name was the Duchess. Sapient. Who's lying to you? Okay. I guess I must have. Hi. Oh, why do atheists need daily reminders that they don't believe in God? We don't. We don't need daily reminders that we don't believe in God. Well, why do we need daily reminders that you believe in God? Why do Christians have to daily remind us atheists about your God and your creation? Why is it that Christians are trying to force your God every day on our children in schools? So maybe once you answer those questions, then you can come back at us. But until then, you need to fix the problems in your own house before you ask about what's going on over here.
Chris, right? Like, I think part of their problem is that it has become so normalized for them. Like, it's not even a thing. They don't even think about it when they hear people talking about God or going to church or whatever. That's just life. Because they've never been in our position. They don't understand what it's like to have so much content geared for them.
Right.
And not for us.
And whenever we try to make it neutral, instead of being people trying to make it neutral, they make it out as though they're under attack, as if they're being oppressed. That's just,
this conversation has been very vanilla. Has it not? I mean, this has just been this has been one of our weaker, good conversation, but just, there's nothing happening here.
Right. Well, let me go see what we've got. Locked On Law says, Kip Davis, I'm suggesting freedom of religion was specific. Okay, you guys are having a conversation. The Duchess, I don't know about the others, man. I'm just trying to learn. Okay, I got you. Well, and he says, no, or they, pardon me, says, no need to get defensive. Oh, I get you. Okay, I can work with that. Let me do this. Pardon me, forgive me. We often get people, antagonists, trolls, if you will, who will come in and start with phrases just like that. They're little insults. Why are you always working on Christianity instead of something else? And it's just kind of natural we're so used to having them come in and be offensive and on the attack that we get defensive. Pardonnez-moi. We'll see how legitimate you are as we go on with the conversation.
God forgive us.
Because some people will say that and they're like, oh, I'm a nice guy. And then you let them continue talking and you're like, you know what? They really are a piece of shit. Though you were defensive about, not that you are the Duchess, I'm just saying, we've been there. Oh, I'm sorry, Ollie. Let me just, for those of you who are, Ollie's getting a bath today. Is this not a filthy dog? Look at him. He is a filthy dog.
How dare you?
His little eyes getting better. I know.
Got little button eyes.
He does, but he's got little. All right, he's like, he doesn't like being on here. And he's had a little something like a sore under his eye, and we finally got it under control.
It's getting better, though. He said.
Yeah. Good. Finally. So yes. Good morning. Let's see, man. Everybody should believe what they want, even as a Christian. God gave us free will. We should respect that. That's interesting.
Well,
that's interesting.
Hey, that's a belief. That's a theory.
It is. And, really, again, I think that's a fantastic thing that you really should probably that's something your own people should hear more than us. We don't go around generally forcing our beliefs on other people. That's their entire bag. We don't go door to door. You don't find atheists going door to door, do you? But you find Christians of almost every denomination spreading the message.
Although, Chris,
yeah,
there could be a case made that we do go around forcing them. But haven't you heard the stories of the shooter asking the girl, like, do you believe in God or whatever? And she says yes, and then he shoots her. I think it's a fake story or something like that.
Yeah,
but
I've heard that. Yeah.
You wonder if, like, is that what they think of atheists? We just want to go around and force people.
Yeah. All right. There was something. What do they call them? Oh man. All right. So right after Jesus's time, allegedly, or probably after about the time of Josephus and whatnot, they were writing these stories, and they were just stories about Christians getting horribly torn up by lions or whatever. You know, what I mean,
right, martyring and stuff.
Martyring, yeah, but a lot of it, almost all of it, was just fake. It was just their own little stories to for them, you know, and it make them out like the victims, and this is going on, and that's the same thing. What do they call it? There's words for it. I know there's a word for it. Not apologetics. But there's these early stories that they would tell, and they were really just fantasy Christian fan fiction or something. I can't think.
Not apocryphal. You're not thinking.
No.
Okay.
That's not the word I'm looking for.
All right. I was just thinking of an A word.
Yeah. Anyway, there was these writings, some early Christian writings were no, not martyrology. I'll think of it maybe. But anyway, there was but that's kind of what it was. It was the early, they were, you know, just stories to make themselves, and that sounds like what we got going.
You know, that's kind of, it's baked right into the theme of the Bible.
Right.
So, I mean, of course, it's going to find its way to permeate their doctrines and their beliefs, and they will walk Jesus' path. And, you know, Jesus suffered for us, so they will suffer just like him because they want to. I'm not putting that on you, the Duchess. Right. We're just talking. But a lot of, you know, Christians do that. And I know because I've done it. Yeah. So I'm just speaking from experience, but they see themselves as the victim and always being the one oppressed or suppressed or attacked, yada, yada.
Yeah. I think Dr. Kip may be right. It may be the
martyrology.
It's just, that wasn't the word I always thought it was called. Anyway, that it does apply, though. Essentially, they're writing their own little fantasy stories, little stories about Christians, you know, suffering for Jesus,
right?
Being punished for their beliefs, that sort of thing. Same thing. You know, the gunman walked from girl to girl. Do you believe in God? I've heard the same story. I think it was from Islam. Do you believe in Muhammad? Now, I have actually heard that they'll pull people over, in the radicals will pull people off buses and ask them questions about the Quran. And if they don't know the right answers, they kill them. Ooh. And that's now, what else do I know now? Obviously, that's not all of them. It's not it's a small percentage. It doesn't. Every religion
seems to have their extremists. Exactly. I feel like it can't be helped. I mean, I wish that it couldn't, but I mean, you name a religion, they probably have got an extreme version. Yeah.
You'll find one of them. It's crazy, isn't it? It really is, considering, you know, part of the deal is it's one of those things where it's all in this branding, all in the whole, we're peaceful, we're peaceful,
don't look good on you.
We're nice. They say that so often, yet in the background they're doing ugly things. But like, you know what I mean? It's like, now we give people, if they're going to stop and pray, we give them reverence. Oh, we'll give them a reverence because they're praying. Well, they're talking to themselves when they should be doing something. But now, I don't know. It's just,
I think as atheists, we should just do that. Like, we should just find time in the day to stand there and like just do whatever. Like, no, I'm convening with my God as you're playing like Tetris on your phone. I'm convening with my God. Are you saying that I'm not? That this is not how I? You better get out of here.
Better step off.
You better stop it. I'm a martyr.
Yeah, so that's kind of, I've heard that. Of course, even now with the whole Charlie Kirk thing going on, there were all kinds of crazy stories.
God.
from what I've seen, heard, what I've known from people who know things, when this all happened, he was dead before he hit the ground.
I would think.
Yeah. And there were people, though, who allegedly helped carry him to the truck or went to the hospital with him, or were like, he's in stable condition. Like, bitch, no, he ain't. He is not. They just, they make up their own lies. They believe their own lies. They spread. It's crazy. I just don't
see how it's. I mean, maybe that's happened before. Somebody's been shot like that in that place, and they've been able to get him to the hospital quick enough. But I mean, I don't even think that they had any kind of pressure on the wound.
Oh, right. No, yeah. Well,
that's the first. Isn't that the first thing? I mean, at least I learned that from Star Trek. You got to put freaking pressure on the wound.
Pressure on the wound. Yeah. There are things, it's just, there was a lot. It was a good. I don't know. Anyway, the point is really is that they lie to themselves. They lie to themselves. They lie to each other. I myself, to be fair, have occasionally gone, man, you need to make sure you're right. But guess what was it? I was yesterday. I was like, damn, I need to make sure. Oh, I was talking about Donald Trump's alleged payout victims.
Oh, right.
And a couple of them. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I need to, I'm waiting. I'm going to try to be more careful about that sort of thing. I don't want to be a spreader of misinformation.
Yes.
So.
You got to throw in a legend around there.
There you go. Allegedly.
Every once in a while.
Could be. Sometimes I do. I'm like, if I remember correctly, I do that often. Good morning, Deviant Outcast. Thank you for joining us.
Where have you been?
Duchess. Okay, you guys are going on. We've actually have a Christian who does haunt our chat occasionally, and that would be Adrian Belgrave shows up, and he's fantastic. Really enjoys the conversation. We enjoy conversation with him. People in the chat miss him when he's not here.
Because he's a good guy.
Yeah, he's good. He's fun. But oftentimes, whenever we do get the Christians come in there, well, of course, it's not really their bag, to be fair. I mean, I don't know. I have a hard time going and watching Christian things. I just it burns. It burns. Like I don't want to watch it.
It's grating on your soul, isn't it? A little bit.
It is.
Sometimes. I gotta go. I'm sorry. I can't. I just can't do it.
It wouldn't be so bad if I could argue with them. If I could go, you know what, man? I would love to get up there with a preacher in front of his own. But they're not going to let that happen.
At a congregation.
They would never let that happen, ever.
I doubt it.
KC's here. How's things going, KC? We've got I'm kind of shilling the fundraiser there. So we're looking forward to doing the thing with a godless engineer, John, this Friday. I don't know who they're pairing me up with. I haven't heard, but I'll be early in the afternoon. So I think mine is 6 o'clock Central, 5 o'clock Friday. Be there or be square. And we're gonna do things. I don't even know what they're gonna have us do, but they're gonna have us do something.
Something.
Yeah, let me check. Okay, cool. Let me check our poll real quick. I do, because yes, here we go.
Show me your poll.
The poll from the Daily Atheist Morning Show. All right, so really, we're not necessarily today talking about the body of Christianity. We're talking about the fringes of Christianity, the cults. That's so hard because I call all of Christianity a cult. So it's a tough line to follow to narrow out which ones are actually cults. If you notice the thumbnail, I had two legitimate cult leaders and Jesus up there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I don't think I got to see this morning. I did not get to see the thumbnail. Usually I do.
It was Jim Jones. What's that other guy's name? Don't tell me I know it. Here we go. David Koresh and Jesus. Because really, Christianity is a death cult. The entire thing, it's an apocalyptic cult. She comes from the JWs. And the JWs are one of those, remember we were talking fringes? Like there's the body of Christianity, and then there's the fringes. Yeah. JWs are on the fringes,
Oh, they're fringy.
But that doesn't make they're only fringy by our perspective. if they're right, then everybody else is wrong.
Oh God,
And,
right? Yeah,
You know,
they see everybody else on the on the
Yeah.
fringe.
yeah. So it's a matter of perspective. Do you know who snuck in? I saw sneak in a few minutes ago.
Who snicked it? Who snucked it? Who's snicking?
The guy.
Oh,
Here. Oh, yeah.
excuse me.
That guy. I know. This glass is not weed guy. This cup is not weed guy. Good morning, Dave Murphy. Thank you for joining us. I hope you've had a great week so far. I dropped something because I was playing with it. If you reduce Christianity to its simplest reductive form, very few people do as Jesus would do, whether he was real or not. That's a good point. Actually, if you looked at Jesus or Christianity objectively, more of them actually do what Paul would do than what Jesus.
Pollyanity.
Right. Pollyanity. It's Pollyanity. Yeah, I think it's what it is. Pollyanity.
Morning, Dave.
Funk, yes, here. Hey, it's been a day or three. How are you doing? I hope everything's going great for you. Man, you are all wonderful. Thank you all. Let's see if I know Miss Non Sequitur is in the chat. Thank you for joining us. The Awfulist is here. Chris George is here. Just a lot of you have snuck in. Thank you all for joining us. The evil one was watching, but she's almost certainly busy and doing stuff, evil things, blaspheming or something, because that's just what she does.
That keeps her busy.
It really does. It really does. So for those of you who are, all right, I'll check my poll and then we'll take a quick break here, but let me check the poll. But we have links in the description below. There's going to be a fundraiser this Friday evening, starts at 7 Eastern p.m. Go click the notify you on that one. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Go get ready to go watch it. Also, there's another link down there for their GoFundMe. I think it's a GoFundMe. So if you've got some spare coin, go ahead and go throw it at them. They would appreciate that. Apparently. And I know like Ember, and there's lots of people out there who are in need right now because of the circumstances that are going on with the government.
A lot of our friends have lost jobs.
They really have.
Right.
Yeah. It's been rough for a lot of people. So if you can, please go throw some coin at somebody at this fundraiser. The question of the day: what's the most dangerous aspect of Christian end time prophecies? The options, I only have 4. Let's see how many people have voted. I only have 4 options. 39 people have voted. So 15% of the choices glorify, or 15% of the respondents glorifying violence and destruction, because end time prophecy is exactly that. It glorifies the destruction of all of mankind who is not subservient to Christ. There's a whole book about it called Revelation. Number 2, this one's leading. Option number 2, blind obedience to leaders. See, that's big culty. That's culty.
Oh yeah,
right there.
Just blind obeisance. You don't want to question. You don't question their authority.
Right. Never question their authority. Very true. Number 3, coming in second place, in fact, is desire for societal collapse, which is kind of related to the glorifying the other. But that's some of them see it as they really sit around waiting for the end times, for society to fall apart.
They revel in it. It's so creepy.
Really it really is. Pervs.
Yeah, you know why? You know why that is, because they feel it. They'll be the ones to gain some kind of upper hand.
That's true. And there's also this notion of, once society collapses, I'll be able to get away with things that I can't get away with now. I just think that's not a good enough reason to watch society fall apart. I don't know, though. All right, so I think at the beginning of the hour, we watched Wild Bill. Let's do Wild Bill 2, and then we'll save the goodies for the last. We'll be back in just a few minutes, guys, and we're going to talk about more stuff. Thank you all for joining us. We'll be back. Hello, and welcome to Shakespeare with a Redneck. Finally, I'm Wild Bill Wigglestick, and this is my trusty sidekick, Willie the Kid. And we'll be your handsome hosts, your gilded guide, your cowboys, concierges to Shakespeare. Oh, how cute. Wait, is that at 2, Ollie? Run along, little doggy. Bill, where the hell have you been? Well, I've been roaming the earth, going back and forth upon it, to and fro and whatnot. I like to travel too. Wait a second. Yep. Back and forth upon earth, doing unto others before they do unto me. Bill, are you quoting the Bible? Trying to quote the Bible? Indeed, I am. Despite my appearance, I am a man of culture and know many things, not just Shakespeare. Really? So you have a Shakespeare monologue related to atheism or skepticism? Indeed, I do. Bear witness. Oh, this is going to be good. This is the excellent foppery of the world, that when we are sick in fortune, often the product of our own behavior, we make guilty of our disasters the sun, the moon, and stars, as if we were villains on necessity, fools by heavenly compulsion, knaves, thieves, and treacherous by spherical predominance, drunkards, liars, and adulterers by an enforced obedience of planetary influence. And all that we are evil in by a divine thrusting on. An admirable evasion of whoremaster man to lay his goatish disposition to the charge of a star. My father compounded with my mother under the dragon's tail, and my nativity was under Ursa Major, so that it follows I am rough and lecherous. I should have been that I am had the maidenliest star in the firmament twinkled on my bastardizing. Wow, that really is spot on about what we cover here on the channel, about how, people. So here's a quick rundown of the situation. Bill, this non-believer, ignores the teachings of his learned father and ends up getting 4 people killed. Bill, that's not... Okay. Carry on. Shakespeare was a heathenistic non-believer bound for the fiery pits of hell, just like yourselves. I don't think. And in order to throw the murderous church of the time off his heathen trail, he writes the skeptic as a sneaking, lying, adulterated father and brother, hating and betraying villain who ends up getting his comeuppance in the end. Bill, oh, come on, man. You're always blah, blah, Bible stuff, blah, blah, boring. You got to spice things up. Bill, tacos are spicy. Everybody loves tacos. Bill, tacos and boobies. Okay, you're not wrong there either. Tasty and delicious culture, baby, coming at you. Avoid the storm of familial discontent. Blow winds and clap your cheeks by clicking that subscribe button and hitting that. Wait a second. Don't you mean crack your cheeks? Nope. Bill, send safely, my friends. Take care.
Peace.
Okay, we are back. Thank you all for joining us. Good morning, Really, and Chemical Squirrel. Thank you all. Austin Sims is here. Good morning. Okay, you're going to tell me the story. There you go. Look at that. You're muted.
Sorry, it's probably a little hard to see because of the green screen, but yeah, that's a hole in the crotch there.
Yeah, she just gnawed that right out, huh?
Yeah, she just, and that one, this one's not even so bad. That's not so bad. Yeah, some of the other ones, she ate down the whole damn leg practically.
Really? Goodness gracious. Yeah.
You should see her on the walk when I have to pick up her bow. Yeah, it's just filled with cloth bits.
Real? Oh yeah. Oh wow, that's crazy. We have Bailey. Bailey likes to eat tissues.
Oh,
paper towels,
the tissue thing. Yeah, the tissue.
And then you have little ghost turds out in the yard. Yeah, little white turds. Little ghost turds. That's right. Kind of feels like a Mario level all of a sudden.
Oh my God, the little ghosties. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Don't
Good
turn your
morning,
back
Amy.
on them.
Never. Good morning, Amy Nicole Cervantes. Thank you for joining us. And Disco Poppy, yes. Says I've been here the whole time. Yeah, well, lots of lurkers. We've got lots of lurkers this morning. That's wonderful. Thank you for lurking, listening, and working. I very much appreciate you. Lurk. So let me ask, do you have any big plans coming up for the weekend?
Well, I did tell you that the kids moved in, but we have a lot of cleaning at their house to get it ready for sale. So I'm trying to integrate stuff together, marry stuff together, clean out space. It's an undertaking. Need to get a dumpster too. So
Really? Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know how it is.
Time to ask yourself, do I really need it? Now it's time to really ask yourself that heartfelt question.
That's true.
See myself using this anytime soon?
That's right.
Otherwise, it's got to go.
Gotta go. Good morning, Ember. Thank you for joining us. Reminder for those of you, we've got a fundraiser going up here. The links are up there and in the description. It's going to be fun. Are you going to be there, Ryan? Ryan, you're going to be there too.
Yeah, I think my time is 7:30. I'd have to check to double Eastern Standard Time. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep. And Helen said that I am with Math Pig. And oh shoot, I just learned the name this morning. I've never met this person before, but somebody else.
Somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm really bad. I think I was supposed to fill out some sort of form or something with Helen. I don't know. I got busy. I don't know. I think they eventually was like, he's not going to fill that out. So let's just give it to him in Discord. And so AJ just got with me yesterday on Discord. It's like, hey man.
Coleman Watts. So, thank you, Hells Bells. Coleman Watts.
First for a Google Calendar invite. Okay, so I guess I ought to probably go check my email from Helen and follow the instructions. That's what I should do. I'm not very good at that, but I will do that soon.
Yeah, I didn't fill anything out either. So if I was supposed to do something like that, I sorry.
Yeah, they'll be mad at me, aren't they? And that's kind of same thing with what was it? There it is, Helen Green. I found it. I found it. I'll save it and I'll mess with it later. Something with I remember it was goodness gracious, Sydney Davis Jr. After we got back from the thing, I'm like, oh yeah, and she asked me something. Well, hey, would you like being a part of something? I'm like, hey, that'd be great. And there was this link to go fill out a form. I was like, oh, okay, I'll take care of that later. And I've never been back to do that. So
no. See, that's the bad thing about walking away from something and not doing it right then and there.
I know. Very true. John Hudson tugging on them bootstraps, then running. Oh, are you done with the pooping already then this morning, John?
Hey, John.
Get everything out of the way. Austin Sims, I should be practicing my statistics lessons on discrete random variables. Okay, you really should. Get it. Well, I mean, you can do this, though. You can do this. I got confidence in you.
Yeah, well, he said what he said.
That's right. Yep. Okay, Sapien Cephalopod snuck in, by the way, also.
So sneaky.
So sneaky, very sneaky. All right. So I, speaking of things, I guess don't really have anything planned tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. I don't know what we're going to talk about on the show tomorrow. However, thank you, Chig Magnate says they'll donate while I'm on. I appreciate you.
Oh, that's so sweet.
But Friday, we've got some Sci-Fi Friday going on. You're still doing the Stargate, and you're going good. The evil one was sad. She was listening yesterday, and she was sad when she heard that you are actually turning to the dark side on Stargate and actually enjoying it, because she doesn't. But
she's not a huge fan.
She's not a fan at all. But I think part of the deal is what I need to do is force her against her will to watch it again. That'll make it all better.
I had to, have to let things go, like the whole these gods are aliens now versus, so kind of it did annoy me. And then I told you before that I had issues with like the first season, just this. Anyway, it was rough, but for whatever reason, somehow we picked it back up and we made it through. So I do, and now I do enjoy it.
Well, all right. Let's since we I don't really want to go off onto science fiction today, but while we're talking about this, let's wrap some religion into it. What was it about the aliens being gods that bothered you? Because that was really the entire premise of the show. So I'm just curious because you said that was part of the thing that you had a hard time with, and that's interesting.
Oh, just because of the whole zeitgeist thing here, like that's the whole dude with the crazy hair and it's the aliens,
Right,
and not believing
exactly.
that humans were capable of doing such crazy, amazing things. So that's why, like, I had to just. They're not doing it for that. This is just it's a story.
Yeah,
it's a story.
Well, that's really whenever you get the entirety of the story, where you think that there are things that we couldn't build because we didn't have the technology to build them, because the Goa'uld come along and built it. But actually, humans, you know what? I don't want to spoil anything for you. I don't want to spoil anything for you. You're just going to learn some things that are fucking really cool. I really dig what they do with it, to a degree, but just I don't want to spoil it for you. So,
yeah.
Ember says, I've long hypothesized the old gods were aliens and they went home ages back. They
bitches.
They get out of here. Which Stargate are we talking? I was talking about Stargate SG-1, Chemical Squirrel. Okay, so we've got how many gods throughout history? Thousands and thousands of gods. I guess it's not impossible that possibly one or two could have been influenced by something, but I would need proof.
Yes.
Obviously.
I totally think that. I mean, who knows how life started here? I don't know that. I can't say that, but it's just the whole, again, it just ties back to feeling like humans couldn't capably do these things.
Oh,
absolutely, they can. They absolutely have done incredible things without the technology we have today.
And you'll see that in Stargate.
Yeah,
you really will. You really will. So I want to spoil it for you, but I don't want to spoil anything for you. But I want to spoil it for you, but I don't want to spoil it.
Shut up, Chris. Shut up, Chris.
Shut up, Chris. Austin Sims, yes. Timberl, they didn't go home. Yeah. Well, there's always that. Was it Eric Von Daniken who was talking about the gods were aliens, and he really made a profit out of that back in the 70s and 80s, and that's a lot of what all these other people since then base their work on and their ideas on, and all this stuff. Like the guy with the hair.
Yeah.
What you talking about? He's got a really cool name, Sakalukas or something like that. But he was actually on the movie, on the show Resident Alien with Alan Tudyk. Now remember, Alec Tudyk plays Wash. Well, Alec Tudyk plays Wash in Firefly, the pilot. Okay. So this is 20 years later. This same actor is now playing this alien in this show. And he's at a convention being hunted by an alien hunter, and he gets stuck in a room with that guy, and Andreas Katsoulis or whatever his name is, the actual guy. So it's really cool that they have that conversation.
Yeah, on
the show, of course.
Interesting.
Resident Alien is a lot of fun. It's a short watch too. It's only four seasons, 10 episodes. So, Austin Sims. I'm not saying it was aliens, but it was aliens. Yes, that's the guy. Exactly the guy.
That's the meme.
I used to really be into the Men in Black thing when I was a kid, before the Men in Black movies. I actually believed that there were aliens out there. The government knew it, and the government was sending these people around to intimidate people into being silent about it. I fully believed that. Of course, at this point, like I said, I've grown up. I've learned a lot. There are a lot of things I learned. There was a time where I don't know if I believed in these things, but I wanted to believe in like Bigfoot, or that there might be some dinosaurs somehow, all of those things. Loch Ness Monster. And then whenever I was reading about the coelacanth, that big fish that was a dinosaur that actually was found today that's still alive, I was like, oh shit, it may be possible, but it's not possible. If they were there, we'd know. We would really know. I think if the Bigfoot were crawling around the Smoky Mountains at this point, we'd know.
I mean, you'd think, but
yeah. I don't know. You never know. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
But actually, Ember does a show.
Get a TikTok.
Yeah, Ember does a whole show on cryptids. like that.
Oh, Bree. Yes, Saturday mornings.
Bree.
Every Saturday morning at like 10 or 11, I think,
like
Eastern Standard Time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I never even heard of some of these damn creatures. I feel like
I hadn't either. Yeah, I'd heard of them.
Like, I've never heard of this before, but I'm interested.
I didn't realize there were so many. Over time, there's so many.
And it's just weird that certain cultures will have like something similar, like on a similar frame or theme or whatnot.
Yeah, very true. Kip says Bree starts at 7 a.m. Pacific. Lots and lots of Canadian cryptids. Lots of Canadian cryptids. What does that say about the people in Canada? Dr. Kip says there are a lot of lots and lots of Canadian cryptids.
Oh yeah.
Don't
know. Lots of creepy things up north.
Yeah, but Ember and Bree are both awesome. A little of all trades. I mean, no offense to either one of them, but I very often get them confused. Like never when I see them. You obviously know who, but like in speech, I may say Ember and mean Bree, or say Bree and me, and it just that happens a lot. I don't really know why, but I apologize if I did that again.
I do it with everybody's name, so I apologize.
Oh yeah, a Wendigo.
Oh, Wendigo, Wendigo, however you pronounce it. Maybe a Wendigo ate your baby.
Maybe. Kip Davis says many of them are based on indigenous stories and traditions. See, that's a great explanation for some of them. It's fascinating how they use their imagination to fill in the gaps. My understanding is the word bear, the German word for bear, is not really the German word for bear, but the German word for bear has been lost to time. And the reason why is because they were afraid if you said the real word for bear, it would make it come out. So they wouldn't say it, like not saying Voldemort,
Right. Yeah.
But the real word was lost to time. Yeah, something like that.
Maybe that's what happened with Yahweh.
Isn't that right? Aren't there some people who claim that? Oh yeah,
there are. Of course, there are people who will say like, "Well, that's why." Like they wanted to hide it because
yeah. It's crazy. I want to really go back and revisit those videos by Miss Amin Sapur. That lady that you recommend all the time.
Wait, Francesca Stavropoulou?
Yes, that's what I said.
Yes, that's my queen. That's my queen. That's my baby. Yes, she don't even know it.
I'm pretty sure it was her I was watching, and she was out in the desert at this temple, and at the big front of the temple were these big, huge imprints of feet. Yes. Where the god was supposed to stand before they met. And I was like, man, that's really cool. It taught me a lot just in that little bit of stuff.
Was that in Iraq or I feel like it was somewhere in?
Oh yeah. That area
there or whatever. Yeah. Just incredible. That's the gods were larger than life. That was the size of the gods. That's how big their steps were. That Yahweh had a schlanger, that schlang-a-dang thing would blow in the breeze, when they thought God had a body.
It's interesting that the Egyptians drew it that way as well. Like perspective, they would have gods be bigger than the regular people. Interesting connection.
Was it Rashef? No, Min. Is it the god Min? Deviant Outcast is here. But one of the gods would always be pictured with rock hard.
Oh, really? Really? With displaying his manliness.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was such a god. They don't address that god in Stargate. I don't remember that god being in Stargate. Why,
excuse me, they missed a huge opportunity.
Huge opportunity. Well, there's an interesting thing. So one of the early names in the Bible is Seth, the third child of Adam and Eve, right? Unless I'm mistaken. Right. But there's in ancient Egyptian mythology, you also have Seth, Setesh, Setai. I wonder if they're related. I wonder if those names have a similar.
And there's also there's also thoughts that a lot of those Bible stories about people are
Mhm.
demythologized stories of gods. Like they've kind of just taken an older story when that name, that Seth, I'm not saying that's what's happening with that
Right.
story, but it could actually be about a god. And, now the gods have to go away, but we can keep the story because everybody knows about this person. And now he's just a cool human that the real God loves.
Gotcha.
Not,
Right.
now it's like subservient in a way. I think Samson is one of those they think that could possibly be happening to one of the early judges.
Okay. Really?
Allegedly, hey, theories. It's cool.
Yeah. Dr. Kip says it's not early. Genesis was probably written closer to the Hellenistic period.
Telling you.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know where the origin. Well, okay. So if the Egyptians had Seth, Setesh, before the Bible had Seth, then it's not unreasonable to think it could be derived from or something. I think they're probably too far away, but if the Greek Hellenistic period was certainly was well after the ancient Egyptian, because
Heyday.
so yeah. So I'm just saying it could possibly maybe be an influence.
Well, the Egyptians lost their influence of Canaan after the Bronze Age collapse, but they kept a lot of their like art styles, probably again, stories of gods and stuff like that. But they lost their attachment to Egypt, probably.
Right. Dr. Kip says it's difficult to connect the biblical Seth to the Egyptian Seth. I have to be honest. I don't think so either, really. It was just a coincidence. I just happened to spark in my brain. I was thinking about the Stargate show that they introduced us to Seth. There's one Jaffa joke. Teal'c makes a Jaffa joke in the show.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about Seth. And but if it weren't for Stargate, I wouldn't know anything about Seth or Baal or any of those. Not that I really do, but at least I know of them. And they actually kind of go into the relationship of them because they are supposed to be a certain way, a certain order, and they kind of do that. Now, that's only for the beginning of the show. For the first little while, they deal with the Egyptian gods. After a while, they really start spreading out. The ones that are, they spread that around. Well, as you know, from Baal.
Spread it around.
They spread it around.
My baby Baal.
Oh, so when Baal and you haven't met Baal in Stargate yet, have you?
No.
Okay.
I'm interested to see what they say.
He is the actor who plays Baal. Baal is one of my favorite Goa'uld. He is wonderful. I really enjoy Baal. The actor does a great job. It's wonderful. The sad thing is that like 2 or 3 years ago, the actor died in a wind sailing.
Oh, snap.
Thing kind of,
Them stand-up saily things.
Yeah. Something like that. I'm not really sure, but a beach sail kite thing on one of those. Interesting. Ember says mythology. Remember, names in that part of the world, mythology, aren't names, but words that meant like Adam. And, I think that probably that happens to a degree, but I don't know how much that really... I don't know. I'd have to find out more.
A lot of them are theophoric. Or they'll have, with the theophoric name. Like I wonder, like in the story that we read the other day about, I'm sorry, it's just bringing it to my head, but like Ja'el, that's Yahweh and that's El. Now, is that just El in the form of just meaning God? Because eventually El just means the word God. Or is that a double theophoric name that has El the God and Yahweh the God in some kind of sorry. Yeah. So they did. You'd have to look into it. You have to look at the etymology, and a lot of times it does mean something really cool.
Ember has a good point. Yeah, there are probably quite a few of them that are actually because of that. Well, the reason why I first jerked at the beginning was because I made a video a while back. There are the Christians who try to make the claim that there's the Old Testament prophesies Jesus through the names in the Bible, through the names. Mm-hmm. And they go through this means this and this means that. And so when you go through that, it's really ridiculous what they are claiming. But what the thing I've heard what Ember's talking about, where other times they've used things like that. Adam means a man. That's how these Christians start theirs. But then it goes they start naming their kids things like a plague on mankind. Would you really name your kid a plague on mankind? Hey, a plague on mankind. How are you doing? The destruction of all is over there waiting for you. I mean, like, this just got dumb, but yeah, to a degree.
It doesn't. Yeah. And the Bible's known for that. The Bible is known for taking a name that they're embarrassed about and then turning it into a name of shame. Like they'll add Bochette or shame to the name because
Really?
they want to, because they want to hide what the original name was. Like there's a ballistic name. Is it Jerubbaal or something like that? I think that gets changed. Yeah, so it's not uncommon.
Okay, like Abram and Abraham.
Yeah, and then he's right, exactly.
Another one, yeah. And if I remember right, and you know how that goes, Abram was just like father of whatever, but Abraham meant father of the tribe. Tribal father or some business like that, so I get it. I'm picking up what they're putting down. Let's see, Dr. Kip is one who really knows about this stuff, but rather than we don't actually know. North percent 260A does not mention a personal name which may be connected with him. Okay, I'm not, you see, as far as the whole Adam means man, that's the place I've heard that from was that video. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, I don't want to play it, but yeah. Comic Brandon, Abraham Lincoln, Abram Tanks. It all adds up. True. Let's see. Within the context of the passage, the name has this meaning, but it isn't uncertain whether this corresponds to the original meaning, which could probably be no. I wonder how many times though where it was like originally it just meant Bob, but Bob that became so often that Bob meant something, and now they think. Let me just do it straight. Maybe Adam just meant like freaking Adam, but for so many times they reference it in there to where to be a man that it just kind of seems like that's what they meant when they called it a man, but that's not what it meant. It was really just Adam, just Bob, but I don't know. I have no idea. I mean,
that kind of is what happened to Adam very specifically. At first, it does just mean human or something like that, and then people who don't know Hebrew obviously just are taking however they're seeing a translation and accepting it for what it is. We'd have to know Hebrew to really know this stuff.
Really? Yeah.
Who's going to know that?
Just Dr. Kip, Dr. Josh.
Exactly. You'd have to really, really care. And then to even know that information, you'd have to really put two and two together to understand why that's even important.
But
right?
That's interesting.
Like why it even matters.
Right. So down the road, I mean, I would want to know. So Adam means man in this ancient language. Then obviously anywhere in that other language, not always, but most times where they're saying man, like that, all of mankind will be good. So it says Adam will be good. Because if they don't ever use the word Adam again to reference to mankind, then we're just kind of making that up.
Right. You're going to forget. Language changes, right? Yeah. Well,
if the word Adam meant mankind, then you would find it in their other writings. When they say the word mankind, they would use the word Adam. Now, just in our own language, we can say man or mankind and mean both. So there could be differences in their languages as well. I'm just saying, if they're going to claim that that's what that word means in context, you should be able to demonstrate that somewhere else in the language that it's used as the word mankind.
Probably is. I really don't know.
Right. And see, here's the great deal. The Adam, Kip says, this is the question. Adam, as it appears in Genesis 1:3, is always with the definite article, the Adam, the human. It becomes a personal name in later texts. And see, that's exactly perfectly what I'm asking. Was it a personal name to begin with and then became to mean the Adam, the all of man? Was it, just the exact opposite of what you're saying there?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. It's just weird that you would name, but no, I guess it kind of does make sense. So if you were writing a story about like the beginning of, people, the world, there's a God, and then a man creates a man, and then a woman. That's cool. Yeah, I get that. Huh. I don't know. It's very cool. I'm going to try to be open-minded about it because it sounds interesting, to be honest.
Well, it's interesting that in hate to take it back to sci-fi, but Adama. I'm not sure, but I'm guessing Adama probably is some kind of human, like Adam.
God.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some kind of reference to like a first human or something. I really don't know because again, I'd have to watch the whole damn show a second time. Now pulling in the theology aspect of it, really. Yeah.
Well, there's also another thing, and I don't know, but I believe the word "amen" is related to Amen, as in Amen Ra, and that's where I've heard that so many times. That, of course, we know Amen Ra is certainly older than the Abrahamic religion.
Yeah, right.
But so it's not unrealistic to think that, and they're certainly close enough to each other physically, locations. I would like to know more if the word "amen" that people use today at the end of a prayer originated in a prayer for Amen Ra.
Don't know. You'd think
where else does the word come from?
The case, you'd think there would be that word somewhere recorded. You'd think.
Well, where else do we use the word "amen"? Or is it Amen? Amen was a king of a pharaoh's name, and then whenever he became a god, they added the Ra to the end of it, unless I'm mistaken. We've got sapient cephalopod, or not sapient cephalopod, deviant outcast in the chat. I'm just throwing around ideas, having fun with history myself till I'm proven wrong. The Hebrew word is just an emphatic verbal construction meaning "let it be so."
Let it be so.
Yeah. See. Traditional Catholic knowledge, dear God, two unhappy people. Oh, good morning, tradition. I was reading that as a statement. Good morning, traditional Catholic knowledge. Dear God, two unhappy people trying to resurrect the atheist movement on YouTube. The train has pulled out of the station on that one. Pull apart Islam, eh? Wow. That's
good morning to you. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Glad you're here. Nice to see you.
Again, I can feel the power of Satan compelling me. You realize traditional Catholic knowledge, if you watch too long, you will go to hell. You got to be careful. You got to be careful about that.
God's watching, and he knows you're being propagandized too. We're obviously proselytizing for the atheist cult. So,
and the fact that you're Catholic is just awesome.
Is your humble parish tired of constant litigation, drained by bloodthirsty lawyers sucking the collection plates dry? Well, no more threats of jail time and public humiliation. Try Father Flanagan's line of inflatable altar boys. Cute little fellas, eyes and mouth wide with surprise, complete with lifelike tears. Father Flanagan's line of inflatable altar boys, coming to a Walmart near you.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. But we're fixing. It's top of the hour. We're going to go ahead and take a break. Now, the Altar Boys commercial is really kind of too short for us to get a good little thing in. But I hope you appreciated that. I have another appearance of Father Flanagan for you. I hope you enjoy. Yeah. Here we go. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Enjoy Bark Bank episode 1. Next up in the Bark Bank, a clergyman with a holy hustle and maybe a few unholy loopholes.
Hi, Barks. Blessings and belly rubs to you all. I'm Father Flanagan, and today I'm here seeking $50,000 for 3% of my soul-saving startup, Holy Halos, the world's first, soon-to-be, church-approved condoms. Following the ways of the Lord can be hard and often require sacrifices of the flesh. Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of Holy Halo condoms.
Hold on, Father. The church very much doesn't like condoms. How do you expect to sell these?
Well, you're right, but these aren't just any condoms. No, my furry financiers, these are permeable. But every single halo has been dipped in holy water, a divine divider between you and sin. You can finally frolic freely and still keep that sweet spot in heaven. Permeable, but dipped in holy water to keep the sin out, but let the babies in.
Let you get your stick wet without getting your stick stuck.
If you know what I mean.
Oh my! Very embarrassing every time.
So basically, they don't work as condoms, but they let you get away with having sex without going to hell?
Exactly. The church gets to keep making babies, but you don't have to keep going to confession. Think of it. No more guilt. No more awkward I'm saving myself for marriage speeches. With Holy Halos, you can take those pray hands and turn them into lay hands.
Didn't I read that holy water is full of bacteria like E. coli? Won't this be harmful to women's health?
The words are English, but I don't understand the question.
How are you addressing the issue holy water presents for women's health?
Again, I'm not understanding.
She does that. Well, we don't get it either.
Is that mesh from a window screen?
Ah, that's a keen eye you have there, young lass. Yes. Another fine selling point, rough on the outside to increase her shame, as it should be. But soft and smooth on the inside, internally lubed and ribbed for his pleasure. We even have custom scents.
Scents? Now you have my attention. What flavors we talking? Don't pitch me that vanilla missionary nonsense, Padre.
Well, we do have virgin vanilla, but we also have miracle mint and a cooing camel, and my personal favorite, sweat of the Savior.
And the Vatican, they've blessed this endeavor?
Well, not exactly. I'm still waiting on the papal decree one way or the other.
I love it, but you're asking 50 grand for only 3%. That's rough, Father, real rough.
Not running with the big dogs on this one. I'm gonna stay on the porch.
Me too. Good luck, Father. 15%.
Ouch, 15%, that's highway robbery even for the church.
Come on, Father. We're dogs. We know a bone when we see one. 10%, and we'll even bless your branding.
Look, meet me in the middle, 7%, and I'll baptize all your puppies.
7% worse for me. Father Flanagan, it looks like we
Wait a second. Our producers say we have a special call-in bidder. Let's get him up on the screen. Folks, we have the guardian of the sacred fire hydrant himself.
Oh no.
Defender of the holy tennis ball and eater of the golden kibble, Pup Oliver Poops a Lot the fifth.
Flanagan!
Yes, your poetry.
50,000 at 20%.
20%?
And you get to keep calling yourself a father.
Sold to the pup in the very fine hat.
I knew you'd see it my way.
You're very wise, your hiney. Would there be anything else?
He may leave.
Father Flanagan's line of holy halos, ultra thin, spiritually thick. Available in 3 sizes: conservative, medium, and liberal.
All right, we are back. Thank you for the break. I hope you enjoyed the little commercial. Did we lose our Catholic person? I think we may have lost them.
I haven't seen them.
Pardon me.
They were raptured.
Good morning, Cable Snarky. Is here Cable Snarky said, increase her shame is one of the most Catholic phrases I've heard in a bit. Very true.
All about.
Very true. Ember says hats make things happen. And I have to say,
Ember knows.
Ember knows. Yes, when it comes to hats,
She
absolutely.
got the hats on lock.
Sure. Yeah, all right, so there's a couple things, matter of fact, related to Ember. When this stream is over, every day, actually, when my stream is over, it'll pipe you right over to Ember. So just hang out and don't go away. Whenever you get done enjoying the cute little song at the end, it'll kick you over to Ember. Also, we're going to have a fundraiser this Friday that are going to help our friends Ember, Sadie. I don't know Sadie. I hope to learn to meet Sadie and get to know her. And also Kyle. So be there if you can and help us support them. There are links down below if you want to click and go. Make sure you don't miss the stream, and also to go and show your support if you can. So thank you very much for that, guys.
And it doesn't take much, you know.
It doesn't.
You might not even have much to give, but hey, $1. If everybody gave $1, hundreds of people giving $1. I'm just saying it adds up.
It does. It would help. It would help. It would help. And you know what? We probably really ought to get together one of these days, not too far in the future, and do one of these for Bree and Dr. Ben. You know, I mean,
yeah, I would love to do it for them too.
Yeah. They just had to move.
Jinx.
Yeah, they moved into Mexico. So good on you guys.
Place, you know,
from Texas. Yeah. But you know, I don't know their circumstances. They may be just fine, but I just you know, things have been difficult with Donald Trump.
Moving's traumatic. Yeah, moving is traumatic, especially when you're like you have to like get up and move.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I think it's pretty public knowledge that because of Donald Trump's anti-trans moves in the military, that Dr. Ben has had to find a different work, and that's not easy. You know, so. There you go. Yep. Just saying. Yes. So let's see. Miss Non Sequitur. Hi, Aaron. I hope you're doing great. Thank you for joining us. Aaron actually does a really good job of singing the goat scented flesh candle song at the end. I thought about even switching it out. Aaron, would you mind if I switched out with your version, the song at the end of the show? Maybe she might not like that, but. I dig it. I think it's cool. I was honored when she sent it to me.
I know, so right?
Cool.
It is super cool.
And she does great. Oh, she says it's all here. She does a great job. You know, fantastic. Considering. Deviant Outcast says Amun was the king of the gods in ancient Egypt. He is one of the earliest gods, but he rose to prominence. He was the god enjoying special patronage of the state in the new kingdom onward. Cool. In the course of history, he was at times merged with the sun god Ra, as in Amun-Ra, but they also had three separate gods, Amun-Ra, 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 and Amun-Ra. That's cool, though. I get you. I dig it.
Very cool. I had a question, but now I forget what it was.
Was it related to our song, Comic Brandon?
It might have been.
Oh yeah, we were talking about Aaron Non Sequitur singing the goat scented flesh candle song.
Yeah. Oh, if people, again, I'm requesting dog video.
Okay. Oh. Yeah. All right. So if you don't mind, be specific. Tell me what kind of dog video you want, because we can send you some dog video. If I don't have it,
well, I did steal, I think, one or two of you just from online, and I stole some from one from Dr. Kip anyway, of Dagon, the abomination of the Philistines. But I would love if I could get you and your dog in the video, because I want it to be like a viewer dog video. If not, I'll take your doggy. That's fine. But I also need their name and what username I should use for you. Because I want to put that on the video as well.
Fantastic. Mm-hmm. Awesome. All right. So yeah.
Yes, Dr.
I may send you something else too, because we got lots of me and Sadie, because she likes. You ever seen Sadie snuggle with me? Yeah. So we got some of that. What
I had to do is I went back to like your older videos. And I had to like scrub through, and I just took like one or two clips. But yes, it would be helpful if I had.
Okay. Yeah, I could certainly probably get you a better. I say that, and then I'll never do it. Right?
No, seriously. Like I said, I got two of you, so I'm good. Okay. But I would actually if you have some, I'll take it. But
okay, I got you.
Don't worry if not.
We got you. Miss Non Sequitur says Sadie is a star. She really is. She's fantastic. Now I want to say Sadie had a couple little teeth pulled right here between her bottom fangs. She had a couple of them right here pulled, and now she has a hard time with drool.
Oh no!
Right, and so her bottom chin is no longer always white. It's always brown.
She's
She-
little
yeah.
baby girl.
But you know, we've got them to the vet and got a good vet, and you won't have any idea how expensive it is to do dental on 5 dogs.
I'm
But
sure.
I mean, but damn. Yeah. Let's see, Israelite religion has to do with the Canaanites' faith and West Asian faiths. More to do with, I guess, than Egyptian stuff. That's why some of the oldest psalms borrow from hymns to Baal. Yeah, I think we've kind of talked about that often. Well, I think they are Canaanites, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean the Hebrews
all-
were
yeah.
I think were just Canaanites.
We're all in the land of Canaan. So
Yeah, but there's absolutely a lot of borrowing or inspiration of Hadad's hymns. I did a little like a short video the other day with just a quick list that I could come up with. Not that I came up with it, but from reading obviously books and stuff and pulled stuff apart. But yeah, there's like, I don't know, was that 10? Let's just say there was like 10, just like practically word for word. Rider on the clouds, rider on the clouds. Moleculam. It's just a lot of
similarities, a lot of pulling from. Yeah. Well, there are also things that, but there are. It is true, but I feel obviously they pull from both sides. Clearly, more from the Persian side. But you know, we even have in the story of Moses.
Yeah, there's a lot of influence.
The story of Moses, he came down, and the golden calf was from Egyptian mythology.
Yeah,
They just left Egypt.
that was something I hadn't even thought of. I had just always assumed that it was either like, you know, Baal or just another form of Yahweh. And it wasn't until Deviant said it, and I was like, are you stupid, girlfriend? Like, how did you not think about that even being like possibly a representation of a female deity? I was like, oh.
Yeah, and it's what's her name?
If it is Hathor, was it Hathor?
Hathor, yeah.
Hathor. And then there's similarities between Asherah and Hathor's as well.
That's right. And you'll meet Hathor in Stargate. Or if you haven't already, have you met her?
I think she's the redhead.
Redhead. Yeah. So that's that. Whenever you hear about the golden calf, that's Hathor that they were worshiping from Egypt. So there were now clearly there were obviously other influences. But yeah.
But yeah, they're Egypt, like you said, Persian. There's Roman, and there's
what was
from Babylon. You know,
Babylon was right. Yeah.
You name it. If you basically were in that area, in like the Fertile Crescent, the Swana region, I think just because of the close relation, the cultural transmission, the material, like the roads that went through there. Was it the road to Damascus that was really popular? Like trade routes, just inundated the air, you know, the area because of the cool things that grew there and merchants and stuff. So I think it's just to be expected that you're going to be, because your religion doesn't happen in a vacuum as much as like Christianity wants to think it's like this special, one of a kind, you know, unique.
Right.
It's just,
but it's very much not.
It's very much not. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't know why you have to be like so hateful about it.
Gilgamesh is my favorite example. Gilgamesh and Noah's Ark.
Gilgamesh.
That's my favorite example. Dr. Kip earlier mentioned that the word Seth come later during the Hellenistic period. Interesting, the Hellenistic period, we're talking about the Greek gods. I thought at one point, I postulated, I guess it were, if the sons of God or if the Nephilim were actually referencing the gods of Egypt. They don't call them that. That's what they saw them, and that's what they refer to them in reference of. So I was kind of curious. Now that he says that they're happened around the same time, Dan McClellan. Of course, I think really this is one of those things that if that were the case, we probably know by now. It'd be all over the place.
Well, sons of God is a term that's used in Ugarit. It's probably, I'm sure, used in Egypt. I think used elsewhere. It's a pretty common term, sons of God.
Let me do a thing here. Talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst yourselves. But they're trying to rearrange the pantheon. They're coming up with stories on how to explain why these people, these stories, these enemies exist. And then, of course, the fish that they caught was this big, 1 foot. Now the fish is 10 foot that they caught. Their enemy was probably just some legendary hero that people knew about. And now, oh my God, now how do we turn him into like the worst enemy ever? Well, we aggrandize them and turn them into flesh-eating cannibals. You know what I like?
Vilify them.
Vilify them.
Yeah. Here's the thing. It says, now I'm just going to do this thing. This is brief, and you know how it is. I asked the question, could the Nephilim be referring to the Greek gods? The answer, yes, it's plausible. It says the Nephilim appear briefly in Genesis 6:4. They're described as offsprings of the sons of God and the daughters of men, which that's what Hercules is, right? Hercules is the son of God, okay, and a woman. So now if you compare that to Greek mythology, it's overlapping. And then it also talks about the timing. The oldest layers of the Hebrew Bible were written or edited in a world surrounded by Hellenistic and early Near Eastern mythologies. Ancient Israel didn't exist in isolation. Its writers borrowed heavily from surrounding cultures, as we just mentioned, Mesopotamia, Canaanite, and even Greek. By the time of the Septuagint, the word Nephilim was rendered gigantes, literally giants. So it's not, I guess, unrealistic, to think that. Bad Science Sunday. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Is that Tapioca? Is that or somebody else?
Who?
Tapioca. That could be, yes. Bad Science Sunday.
Oh, it's Maya. Good morning.
Oh, Maya. Okay. Gotcha. A different hat. Very interesting. So I was wondering, I'm kind of checking the chat here to see what the thoughts are. Real quick, I do want to check our poll, but Dan McClellan, let's see. Dylan McClellan. I've heard about him. I actually saw him, his little shorts, Okay, let's hear it. That one here. Okay, let's hear it. Saw that, but I was really surprised whenever I found out he was a tithe-paying Christian. That surprised me. I was a little blown away by that. Why? I don't know. I just figured, I don't know why. I don't know. Dr. Kip, we also don't know what Nephilim means. Most hold that it is from Hebrew wording meaning to fall, but this too is speculative. Yeah, just kind of. But the similarities are interesting between how they were the sons of God were, men and God, part man, part woman, human woman, whatever. Rochester Swift, good morning. Says Christianity is less about Christ and more about that worthless woman hater and control freak Paul. Man, that is a song we've been singing on this channel for quite a while, really. Very true. Very true. Neurogeezer says Trump's in the tank. I don't know what that means. I know what I hope it means.
Is he literally probably crawled into a tank?
Oh, I don't know. A septic tank?
I would have. He crawled out of one.
No doubt. Okay, yeah, that's funny. Septic tank, hopefully. Very true, very true. Dr. Kip, fun fact, most critical biblical scholars are confessing Christians or Jewish. Interesting. Yeah, okay. It's not much different from Christian biologists, linguists, engineers. I think maybe, though, maybe we need more atheist biblical scholars.
Definitely do. Definitely.
Couldn't hurt you.
Certainly.
I've thought about pursuing a degree in biblical scholarship or whatever. I've thought about it.
I have too, but I just That's a lot.
It's a lot of work. School's a lot of work. I don't like
It's a
school.
lot. I know. Like I
If
want to
it-
learn so bad, but I just been learning on my own. I just go read
Right.
books.
I'm a slacker. Yeah. Go read books. Somebody made a comment. It's all three of the above. Oh, I'm sorry. Chris George, a Southern Baptist Convention denomination who reads the Bible incorrectly. I think it's interesting. Wait a second. Chris George on a comment says, the Southern Baptist Convention denomination who reads the Bible incorrectly in a way to condone slavery. I think if you read the Bible correctly, it does condone slavery. You have to read it incorrectly in order to make it not condone slavery. I'm just saying. So, Chris George, if you're out there watching the show, I think you're mistaken. School is tough because, there's lots of examples, both in the Old Testament, God himself, itself, personally sold its own people into slavery. Not only did it do that, it gave them instructions on how to enslave each other. And then to top all that off, Jesus in the New Testament said, obey your masters as a slave, be a good slave. So I don't really know how you could possibly use the Bible to justify getting rid of slavery.
That's hard. I'm not sure how you do that.
That is toughy.
You ignore. That's what you cherry pick.
You ignore.
As per usual, you would have to cherry pick, and I
Cognitive
understand.
dissonance.
Yeah, you have to like pretend that some of those scriptures in Leviticus or whatever, I don't know, exist. Turn it off, and only pretend this one particular verse from Jesus exists.
Yes, ignore all the rest. True. I like that thinking. That's good thinking. That's what we should do. Mr. Warlock, thank you for joining us. Much appreciate you being here. Says, I hate being up this early. Might as well comment. True enough. Don't just lurk. Comment. 69 No Man says Jesus is king in all caps. Thank you for that. If you didn't put it in all caps, Jesus wouldn't know you were serious. And yes, I'm just saying. Godwin is here. Good morning, Godwin. Thank you for joining us. Non sequitur. Yeah. No, get him, girl. And Glenn is here. Good morning, Glenn. Visiting with No Man. We'll call you No Man. Interesting name. Cult leaders are not from the Lord. They are from the devil. That's an interesting thought, No Man. I don't think any of the ones that we've talked about on the show worshiped the devil, though. They were all followers of God and Jesus. Jim Jones, absolutely. It was a Christian church. David Koresh sits at the left hand of God. Jesus is on the right hand of God. I don't know what you're talking about I think what the problem is you're poorly informed or horribly misinformed, one or the other. I could be wrong. I've seen Jesus live from my hospital bed. He is very real. That's very, very special of you, isn't it? That Jesus himself communicated with you personally. I dig it. Don't you dig it? Oh, yeah.
Very special. I wish I was that special, really. I guess it's probably the problem is I'm just jealous, Chris.
I know. And we hate God, of course. We hate God.
It's just taken me this long to admit it, but I'm not a liar, and I just had to put it out there.
There you go. You know how it is. Good morning, AJ. AJ says, you are awesome, Chris. Thanks for sharing about the fundraiser. You're welcome. Hopefully people will go support and go watch us. We're going to have fun. It's going to be a fun fundraiser. Let's see. This individual wanted to ask us a question. Probably one of the same old usual. Sure. No, man. What's your question? Fire away. Let's see if we haven't heard this one before. What created everything if not blah, blah, blah? Is it going to be one of those creator created things? Kelly Laughlin is here. Kelly, how are you doing? I hope you had a wonderful week so far. Where did you come from? There's the question. I said, where did you come from? Where did you come from before life, and where did you go after?
Where did you come from? Where did you go?
That's a great question. Let me ask you, give you a number you'll call. We don't actually, it's not a call-in show. It's just a morning radio show kind of thing with cameras. I guess they do have call-ins though, don't they? Occasionally. Anyway, what do you remember about before you were born? Anybody? Nothing. I don't remember nothing. I don't remember anything.
Was I supposed to remember something?
I know, right?
They didn't tell me that there was a test.
Right. So there was nothing. That's right. So there was nothing before I was born. And I expect that to be exactly what I find after. Nothing. Turn out the lights, it's over. So, I mean, there's got to be harder questions than this. Listen, just because you feel and you are, just because you are, does not mean that the universe can't go on without you. It absolutely can. Just like all those animals, billions, trillions of creatures who've come and gone before and who have lived and died before you. And you don't know their names. It's kind of the same thing. But your science energy cannot disappear. That doesn't mean anything, though. You can take your science energy, you can take an apple and you can eat that apple and you can shit out that apple into some fertilizer and eat that apple from that new tree, and it doesn't teach you anything about the first apple. There's no knowledge transfer. There's no nothing. It's kind of a ridiculous point. You say we're in the cult. Yeah, you really don't find atheists going around killing themselves en masse. You just don't find that happening. Yes, very true. Very true.
Pardon.
You want to call in? I realize after me telling you that we don't have a call in, it compels you to tell us again that you want to call in. I understand, but we don't have a call in. Yeah, thank you though. Really, let's start. All right. So again, as we did earlier with the other Christian who came in, sometimes we get defensive about things without realizing. So I try not to be too defensive about things and try not to be a jerk. Thank you for joining us. If you hang out and you watch, you'll find out the answers to those questions that you're probably likely to ask. Why don't we address Islam? Why are we always bashing on Christianity? That's probably going to pop up in the chat. Hang out. We'll get there. So stuff like that. Let's see. Call-ins are a big commitment. They really are. I mean, having somebody filter calls, be willing. I mean, it's an early show for most people. So, man, the chat is really flying though. You guys are fantastic. But there are the cult leaders. You have lots of examples of cult leaders. If you don't mind, no man, give me one example of an atheist cult leader who's led his followers to death. Like you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like Jim Jones. I really don't want to use, I don't want to use Applewhite because I don't think Applewhite I don't think they were Christians. Were they Christians? They were some other kind of weird
I don't
thing.
know. To be fair, I'm not sure.
Comic Brandon says, Chris, tell me what I think about cults so I can let this guy have it. You go get him.
Tell me what I think about cults.
That's a lot of pressure to put on me. I mean, I'll tell you if you don't ask.
I guess you're the cult leader, Chris, because
I guess I am. Well, I'll bring the Kool-Aid.
right.
I'll
bring the straws.
There's this thing called the cult of personality. I don't really think I have a cult of personality. They made a good song about it, but there are people out there who have it. Donald Trump, despite everything else, he's got a cult of personality, a cult of people who follow him because of his personality. Kelly Laughlin says, prove Jesus is real. Are you a Christian, Jesus following Christian? Ooh, Pero S. Good morning. Is it Pero? It's Pero. Pero S. Good morning, Pero S. Young family owned North Korea, Germany after World War II. That's wrong. No, that's not a very good example. You know, you can't really count people who consider themselves gods. And that's kind of the part of the thing with the Jong-un family. They consider themselves gods. The actual ruler of the country is dead 2 generations ago. The grandson now is one of like the descendant, but the actual ruler of they believe that they, so that's not atheist. So you're wrong. You're wrong. And if you're wrong there, Peros, where else are you wrong? Maybe you should, because you're probably going to go throw out Stalin, but Stalin was kind of the same thing. When Russia at that point went after Christianity, it wasn't because they were atheists killing Christians. It was because there was a competing force trying for power. They wanted people to believe Stalin was a demigod, or you know what I mean? You're just not getting it. Pol Pot had no relationship with atheism. He just didn't believe in God, period. That didn't have nothing to, he didn't go around carrying a flag going, I'm going to kill you all for atheism. Do you believe in God? You're going to die. Yo, you don't believe in God? You get to live. That's just stupid. It never happened. Stupid. However, over and over and over again throughout history, 2,000 years of history, we have Christians slaying millions of other people. The Catholic Reformation alone. In France, millions of people killed by Christians. So you need to get your shit together. You're just ignorant. Sorry, I got distracted. I went off on somebody. Sorry.
Uh-oh. Locked and loaded.
What about Mao? Right. What about Mao? You really should go look into these. It's not about the things that you think it's about. First of all, you're falling for lies that other people have made up. Whenever you're going to Mao, Stalin, Pol Pot, I just kind of know Pol Pot's coming because Pol Pot always comes along. But they make it sound like that's the case. Whoa, you're going to die for it. It's never been. Obvious troll is obvious. Very true. Norman says, Kip, yeah, your college failed you, Kip. Yeah, it's really funny when these people come in, they don't even know who they're talking to. They have no idea who they're talking to.
Who's saying Kip? Don't know what he's saying. Who said that?
No Man 69.
Oh.
Is telling Dr. Kip, who wrote the book on this shit, that Dr. Kip doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm just saying, I was paraphrasing.
Hey now.
I wonder what degrees Noman has. What degrees do you have in ancient anything? Anything. I'm just, just saying. Not, of course, those are the ones that are like, well, college don't matter. You don't need college schooling to get smart. You don't.
I do need some schooling, but I don't know if I have the brain power for it.
Yeah. I don't have the patience, I think. The grit to sit and do it all long and on the regular.
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. I mean, maybe if I could do it online. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. As long as I don't have to meet those, what are those things? People.
Oh, yeah.
Meet people.
I have to talk to people.
I'll tell you what, let's take a quick break here. I want to do with the post-mortem thing, I think. That's my favorite. We're going to do that. We'll be back in just a few minutes, Gus.
Do you have a loved one who's on their deathbed, but they've yet to give themselves up to the Lord?
Are you sure you don't want to come to Jesus?
No.
This is your final chance.
No. Worried they're headed to the fiery pits of hell.
Your very last chance.
No. I've been wicked and sinful. I deserve to burn in the hot place.
As you wish. Farewell, my heathen husband.
Farewell, my... Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of post-mortem baptismal kits. No more worries about being miserable alone forever. Be a good Christian and share that eternal pain and suffering with the ones you love.
I'm in hell. Not as hot as I thought it'd be. Kind of feels like Houston, minus the humidity. Hello. My favorite drink crafted to perfection. Ooh, and some dank ass weed.
I can't bear to be down on my face chanting, holy, holy, holy is the Lord, every day, all day, for all eternity, by myself.
Wow, is that George Carlin? And Alan Turing, look at that. Carl say, oh, I am so honored. You've been my hero since I was a kid. Neil deGrasse Tyson, what are you doing here? Oh, I get it. I get it. Schrodinger's heathen. Very cute, you. Very cute. That's fantastic. Oh, what is that? What is? It's holy water. Oh, it burns. No, this isn't where I want to be. Pabst Blue Ribbon and a Marlboro? No!
Father Flanagan's post-mortem baptismal kit. Dead kid tested, Mother Teresa approved.
Is that the Pope and John Paul? Jim Jones and Jimmy Swaggart, huh? I could see that coming. Neil deGrasse, what are you doing? Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord.
Thanks, Father Flanagan.
Damn them to an eternity in heaven for only $59.99. They wouldn't appreciate it, but you'll feel better, and that's the point, isn't it? Get yours now. Your heathen loved one's time is running out.
Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. This is some bullshit. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord.
Hey there, Mr. Tacitus fan. When was Tacitus born? Tacitus was born like 60 years after Jesus allegedly died. Anything Tacitus learned or heard was hearsay from believers. That doesn't mean Jesus was real. That does not mean Tacitus is not a good source. It's not. It's really not. You should go learn that. Neither is Josephus, by the way. Josephus is even further behind Tacitus, I think. Even further, was even later born after Tacitus, if I think. So neither one of those people were even alive when the story of Jesus allegedly happened. So your Lord and Savior is just like a story, really. Kind of made up. Matter of fact, to be honest, Godless Engineer, G.E. John, which is really cool. I dig John. John and Dr. Richard Carey are very much to the belief that Jesus never existed. He's a myth. Like Thor, Thor or Zeus, who never really existed as a person, who is just a myth, and there's no evidence to prove that he was a person. So no, Norman says prove Jesus was never here. That's not how it works, man. You have to prove he was here. And you can't. That's one of the really things I think is really cool, is that Jesus allegedly did so many miracles and so many things and all this wonderful stuff. When Jesus died, the graves cracked open and these people rose from the dead, but nobody wrote any of that shit down. The Romans occupied the city at the time, and yet the Romans, despite being known for writing shit down, didn't write none of that down. I wonder why. Interesting. Proof is the Bible is not proof of itself. It's like because Spider-Man says the Green Goblin is real, therefore the Green Goblin must be real. See, there you go. Proof is in the Roman records, and that's exactly where you fail, because it's not. I'm kind of done with this. I want to do something else. Talk about other things. Let's check out our poll and see how our poll was doing.
Show me your poll.
What is it about these? Oh man, these Christians. God just sends he never sends his best. Never. Just these weak argument, simple-minded, smooth-brained. I don't know what the hell's going on here. I don't know. Come on, you could do better. Just saying. Shakes fist at sky. Question of the day. What's the most dangerous aspect of Christian end-time philosophy? Our first choice, glorifying violence and destruction, is coming in at 17% of the vote. We've had about 50 people voting. Number two, our second option is coming in first place, blind obedience to leaders. Number three, desire for societal collapse. I think it's interesting. Somebody in the chat, Norman earlier said, what happened, or no, maybe it's the Pero guy, said this guy hates me. I hate Christianity. Maybe there's trauma. Why would there be trauma?
Oh, why?
Why would there be trauma if your Christianity? Because it's so obvious. There's Christians hurt so many people in so many different ways. Yes, there is obviously trauma. Not for me. The church never hurt me. Not like that anyway. Not like it has hurt so many other people, by the way. Historical Jesus is not real. You're right. I'm glad you admitted it finally. You guys cannot be serious. Read the letters of Flavius Josephus. Were you not even listening? You should go look this shit up. Josephus was not even born when Jesus was alive, when Jesus was allegedly alive. So if he wasn't born, then he wasn't there. He didn't see with his own eyes. All he got was stories from other people, dude. It's like the telephone game. Again, what did I just say? What is it about God? He just doesn't send his best. And then this guy repeats that same bad argument. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're gonna do the thing. Let's see. Mickey Gnome. Not Mickey Gnome. Geeky for you or Geeky ULUY. Geekyul. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read that. It says, all three of the above, wishful thinking, very true. NTR Impact says it's their desire and fetish for eternal torture. What is it about them, about the end of the world, you know? Pero S, then you are a historic denier. 10 foil hat conspiracies here. You know, I'm really not. You just don't, I just don't think you understand. Yeah. Go look for yourself. Don't listen to me. I'm just a jackass on the internet. Go look. Go look. Okay, so here it says, but Josephus was around to witness the death of Jesus, the brother of Jesus. If Jesus had a brother, then he was an actual man. There you go. That's a lot of if. I smell a lot of if coming on. If. And even if, let's go, I want to read that again. That's good. Thank you, Dr. Kip, for that. If, how many ifs were in there? If Jesus had a brother, then he was an actual man. But that doesn't prove, even if he did have a brother and he was an actual man, that doesn't prove that he was supernatural. Any of those things. So Josephus was written about 93 to 94. Yeah, see, that's the whole deal. The whole entire point is that none of the opportunity for the people to have met. Yeah. Anyway. Let's see. Bad Science Sunday. You guys are so much fun. So tomorrow, I don't know what we're going to talk about on the show tomorrow. Do you have any suggestions, Ryan?
Oh, gosh.
I know. It's not Sci-Fi Friday, so we can't talk about sci-fi or people will get angry. Very, very angry.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. We don't want to piss people off.
We don't want to do that.
Then we might get like divine retribution or something.
Right. Yeah. So
I don't even know.
I'll think about something. I'll figure out something. You know, we'll check it out. In the end, it's still a pink pile of horse shit. Believe what you want, but don't claim it's real. That's kind of the thing about the religious thing. Jesus was a very interesting being. And I think there was another point in the Bible where didn't John say that if they wrote down all the miracles Jesus performed, there wouldn't be enough parchment in the world? And yet nobody wrote it down. Nobody. He allegedly fed 5,000 people with just fishes and 2 fishes. And yet none of them bothered. None of them thought it was significant enough to write it down. Isn't that weird?
What a shame. What a shame.
Again, Jesus rose from the dead, when Jesus passed, people rose from the dead and walked the streets, dead bodies walked, and yet nobody wrote it down. It's just weird.
Such a loss, you know?
Such a loss. Wasted opportunity, I really think.
Indeed.
Jesus fed 5,000 people, but let millions starve. I know. That's what I get. You know, these people, Jesus appeared to me and did something for me. And yet so many people out there have begged Jesus to help. And he never came. And they were raped, murdered, slaughtered, whatever. How many children over the past, just say 2 or 3 centuries, have been raped in his own house? And yet he didn't stop it, didn't do anything. Yet you're special enough that Jesus showed you. Isn't that weird? No,
I want to be
people are
that special.
Don't you want to be that special? Talk
I
about
do.
narcissistic behavior. Very true. Let me come over here real quick. Thank you all for joining us today. Austin Sims says, I think it would be fun to do some statistical analysis on all this polling data you've collected for your audience over the weeks and months. If you know how to do that, that's fantastic. I don't know how to do that. I do the polls just to give me something to talk about during the show. And when the show's over, I just close it out. I don't even look at the results most of the time. Let's see. Let's look at our poll for today. Oh, I didn't even ask the one in the chat for, normally I ask, is this your first time watching the show? And I didn't even ask that one today.
Oh, I didn't even realize.
I know. I'm a bad person. I'm a slacker. What I am.
Oopsie.
We should go slack on me a little mini pizza. Fan funding. All right, guys. I am going to wrap up now. Remember, as soon as this is over with, it's going to pipe you over to Ember Stream, which starts in about 10 minutes. Remember, there are links down below where you can go click to get notified for our stream this Friday evening, where we're going to have a fundraiser for these people. And also, there's links down below where if you can, go donate some money to help them along, okay? Everybody, awesome sauce. I appreciate you. Thank you, Ryan, for joining me today. Thank you, everybody. We will see you tomorrow. Send safely, my friends. Take care.
Got a house that smells like old cheese and shame. Father Flanagan's flesh candles change the game. Goat-scented thrills for your soul's delight. Light it up, baby, make your room right. When you've sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. Smell the goat in a holy zone. Father Flanagan, here to set the tone. Confession booths, busy, no need to stress. Light a candle and forget your mess. Gross odors vanish like sins in the wind. With each wick, guess who's your new best friend? When you've sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. Smell the goat in a holy zone. Father Flanagan, here to set the tone. Lambs and calves may have their day, but goat's the scent that leads the way. Clean your slate with a sniff so pure. Father Flanagan's got the cure. Turn your home into a saintly space. With every whiff, find redeeming grace. From your living room to the kitchen sink, light the goat